Hello, it's Mr. Scott again. Another lesson on compound units. Okay, we're still looking at area, but we can do things a little bit more complicated than we did last time out. So, how do you find a force when you know the pressure and the area? Well, let's look at the definition of pressure. Okay, well, its units are newtons per square metre. So that's for 40 newtons per square metre, that's 40 newtons for every square metre. So if you know how many square metres there are, times it by 40, and that gives you the number of newtons. Let's have a look at an example. So we know that pressure is equal to force over area. Let's substitute into our equation. So replace everything we can by a number. So we know the pressure. We know the pressure is 40. We don't know the force. We've been asked to find the force. So I'm just going to leave that as F for now. And we know the area is 2. So 40 is F divided by 2. Now, we don't want F divided by 2, we want F. We need to get F on its own. Why isn't it on its own at the moment? Well, because it's been divided by 2. So we need to get rid of divided by 2. We do the opposite of divided by 2, that is 2 times by 2. So instead of having half F, we have all of F. If we multiply by 2 on one side, we multiply by 2 on the other side. So what we've got then is our area 2 multiplied by our pressure, because there's 40 newtons for every square metre. So that's 2 lots of 40, and that gives us 80. All right, so our force then is 80 newtons, and that's it done. All right, and there's a question for you to have a go at. There's your turn. Pause the video, try the question, let me know how you get on. So, pressure is force divided by area. Substitute into the formula, and that gets us that 10 is equal to some unknown force F divided by an area of 2. We want F on its own because we want to know what F is. So we need to get rid of the divide by 2 by multiplying by 2 on this side, which means we also multiply by 2 on this side. 10 times 2 is 20. If there's 10 newtons for every square metre, and we've got 2 square metres, that's 2 lots of 10, which gives us 20. The force then is 20 newtons. All right. This question had a force of 40. This one has a force of 10. This is 4 times as big as this. 80 is 4 times 20. All right. Let's summarise that. So, when you hear the word per, as in miles per hour, it means for each. Okay, so 60 miles per hour means 60 miles for each hour. Could be written like this instead, newtons per square metre, and that means newtons for know the newtons and we know the square meters, then we can multiply those together. So multiply the pressure by the area to get the force. As usual, there are questions on MathsWatch, there are questions on the PowerPoint. Have a go. Get back to me if you've got any problems. Bye now.